What's going on YouTube? Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video. Here in Central North Carolina, we're back at the project lawn. Me and my companions here. Yeah, they don't want to be on camera, but Perry, say hey. They can't hear you because I got the mic on, but Natalie's hiding. She's of age where she's embarrassed now. But we had some issues fighting last night, so they're out here helping old Pops. That's how we roll. But we're out here at the project lawn, and guys, man, we're looking pretty good. That protein app that we put down, in addition to the Jonathan Green Green Up fertilizer, man, it's really looking stinking good. And we're showing a little bit of sign of some of the Bermuda and some of the, it's still green, it's still fertilized, it's still hanging strong, because as we've talked about, the temperature has really not come down. Although today, as we're filming this, we have gotten a little bit cooler. Daytime high today, 66 degrees. So we are cooling off 40 degrees or more tonight, or lower tonight. So, but look at this. Look how awesome. Since our last mow, we did have a little bit of rain too. My dad was telling me he pulled into the church driveway and there was puddles there. So at some point, one of these evenings, we did receive rain. So I just wanted to show you first, number one, it is growing. I do see some growth in here. It does look good. It is thickening up a little bit. Remember this area, definitely right here is a great judge by the rain, the natural rain that we did get. There's normally a bare area here. It seems to have really cleared up, but we're not perfect. Same thing over here. This area has always struggled a little bit, and we do still have some gaps over here, like in this area right here, but we have a lot of growth. Now, remember, we didn't do any pre-emergent, so some of this could be, to the eye, looking like fescue, looking like ryegrass, and it turns out to be Poa annua, Poa trib. But I just wanted to pre-mow, walk you through, show you. The shadows kind of make it difficult. We're here around lunchtime on Saturday. And remember, we're only doing 2 videos a week, but just look, it's just gorgeous out here. Now, it's technically, we could still walk away and not mow this. We cut it at 2.5 inches last time. I'm going to be showing you in a minute, Mr. Ronnie, who goes here, who's been watching the channel for a few years, every now and then when he gets an opportunity. He donated a mower to the church, so we're going to use that. It does not have a lawn striper. You guys know over here, it stays in the shade. We still do show moss over here. We need to do some moss killer, but ultimately probably some pH issues underneath the soil. That's the root of the problem. But again, we're always in the shade, so it may be something I've seen it over here before, so that's not appealing. But again, it's way away from the playground and church and where people interact. This area got dumped with mulch to help fill up our playground over here. So it's always going to be a struggle area now, being that we got rocks, dirt, and all that over here. So not concerned about that. But we're still a little patchy, as you can see, but we're not looking bad. We still need rain. The ground is still hard. We did get some rain, but we need more. It's like a 60 degrees with wind, cool day. So here is our... here's how our project lawn is looking. Let me show you what Mr. Ronnie dropped off. I haven't even looked at it, so it'll be my first look of the mower. We filled up with the gas cans before we got over here. We got the blower, we got the weed eater, so we're just going to do a time lapse. We're going to handle this today and see what the new mower does, that we finally, I don't have to carry my mower over here, so that is awesome to see. So excited to see the project lawn continuing to come along, guys. It's continuing to look great, and we're not spraying anything today, but man, just look at that. The color, the thickness, it continues to thicken up in areas, and that's what I'm seeing the most. So let's go over here and look at the mower and check that out. But before we do that, I did want to mention my little special package that I mentioned on the live stream. And if you didn't know, we did a live stream on Thursday night. It was spare of the moment. I just said, hey, I'm doing a live stream at 6 p.m. So everybody that came out and stayed around, thank you guys so much. But man, we had an adventure there. We had a bug go in my throat, maybe throw up. Mr. Kevin comes over at the end. He put some news out there. So if you didn't see the live stream, it's got like an orange cover on it and says special announcement. I talked about some things that recently is kind of like a praise report slash possible change coming to the channel in a positive way. Check that out. I'm not going to talk about it here, but go check that out. But I want you guys to be aware, you may want to tune in on Friday's video. I'm going to show you something that I've went and purchased that I didn't think I ever would. And we're going to be having some interesting videos to come. So check it out. But for now, let's look at this mower. Let's pull it out and see what it's all about. So tucked under here, it looks like Mr. Ronnie has put it over here, and I haven't looked at anything about this thing. All right, number one, it is super low to the ground. I haven't even cranked it. We'll do that later. Looks like it's a Craftsman, so it's a Craftsman Silver. What are we? We're a 5.5, 140 cc's. I bet you he probably filled it up with gas. I don't know. And I may have to Google this before we get started, but I may have to look up how low we're going to mow this thing and get it close to, I want to do, again, around 2.5. I don't want to cut it way too low. I don't want to mess up the fescue. We do have new growth, I think, from that Black Beauty original tall fescue seed we put down, but we don't want to go too low to where we damage the turf. So there we go. There's our new Project Lawn donation by Ronnie Medlin. Ronnie, thank you so much, man. If you're still watching, we appreciate you. He really donated to the church. It's not me, but we'll use this over here. So we're going to make sure we got fuel in this thing. We're going to adjust the deck. I think it's just a little bit too low right now for what we're doing. But yeah, thank you, Mr. Ronnie. So let's fuel this bad boy up. I'm going to get the girls instructed on what I want them to do with the blower and with trim nozzle. With the weed eater, trimming out the septic blocks and the edge right here. So we'll see how it goes, but pray for us here. But yeah, let's get the project lawn done, and then I've got to go home and mow my own lawn, so we may give you an update on that next. So see you in a minute. All right, guys, so I am out of breath. We just got finished. Not bad for a Craftsman. I don't have no idea what we cut this at, but she's looking good, man. Look at that. Of course, this is probably the best section in the lawn, of course, because it's also conveniently close to me right now. But if I had to take a guess, somewhere between 2 1/4 and just under 2 inches. But it looks good. We got a little bit of striping from the Craftsman. It did okay. So if Mr. Ronnie watches, the only issue we had, I did raise it up 1 level from what it was set at. The only issue we had is I was telling the girls something and I let go of the safety, if you will, and it cut off and would not cut back on. Had to pump the primer a couple times and say, "In Jesus' name, start." And it eventually did start, and the girls was like, "Oh man." So the Lord helped me out, so I did not have half a quarter of well, about half finished and half not finished. So besides it cutting off when I let off of it, that concerns me, but if I can get it started, I just have to know, don't turn it off. But we're not going to show you the whole lawn. Natalie's about to mount up on the blower over there, if you can see her, and just kind of finish off. We've trimmed, we've mowed. It really didn't need mowing, and we're gonna go to my house now and I'm gonna mow, and we're not gonna make you watch that, but I will just show you the results because it's looking pretty stellar over there. But we're not gonna come back. I'm not gonna be back here next weekend to do this, and then I think we're actually going into Thanksgiving. So depending on water, we may be watering, but I'm gonna let this go for a while. I don't wanna keep cutting this thing at 2 inches. I know we can do that right now and be just fine, but in the spring and the summer, we're not going there. So I don't want to train it to like this, and then I want it to get thick and bushy. We got plenty of fert. We've mowed it twice, 3 times now, once with the striper, once without. So we're going to leave it there. So let's jump over to my lawn. I want to show you guys, after I've worn myself out even more, what my yard is looking like for my 3rd striping mow right now. Well, thank you, Mr. Ferguson. So we are here back at my home, and we're done with the mow, taking a little bit of time. It's highs today. I think I've already said this in the first video over at the project lawn, but highs today in the upper 60s. Not sweating through my shirt, but it's hot. So mowing my lawn, before I show it to you guys, some signs of stress. You may or may not hear the Orbit. I got the Orbit sprinkler going in the background. Clearly, if you missed the live stream, you got to go watch that. But I mentioned in the live stream, we got a little bit of extra income coming in. Therefore, I can run the sprinkler a little bit more often where it's needed. And it's needed over here. And let me show you the results. Woo, boy. Guys, it is coming in. Now, here is the spot where I pulled out the very shallow-rooted Poa trivialis. And so we've got this little spot that I'm going to... I need to put water on this as well, but that's coming in. But man, this is a 2nd time striping over the Halloween stripes. And guys, it is looking fantastic. I'm actually kind of excited to see what this looks like over on the GoPro on a bigger screen. Clearly the GoPro is pretty small. Can be a challenge to see your footage. But over in this back section, clearly over here is the really dry area where I've got the Orbit going. And as you guys know, we put lawn soil, stay green, seed back in this area. We need to go this way before we get shot by water. So clearly want to get that wet with the sprinkler as well. So getting some of this seed, no update here. We just did it recently, so just need to continue to water, let it come about its way. A lot of leaves. Mr. Brandon's over there handling his leaves. As you can see, the leaf domination line where I mowed, and he's working on it. So he's going to blow off his leaves here soon. But guys, it is looking awesome. Still some dryness like over here, this area. Just my normal dry spots are stressing out just because 70s, 80s this past week, or high 60s today. We're going to maintain in the low 70s. But as far as color, I put down the other night just a hair. I told you, I mentioned it in one of the videos, in the front yard and the side yard, I did 1776. Then I went all over the lawn with a little bit of 3000. I put that down, watered the other day, and it did get watered in, and it's showing on our mow. It really, really is. I mean, look at this. This is looking just gorgeous. I can't believe this lawn is coming along the way it is. This picture right here, I don't know how it's going to show on the GoPro, but this shot right here, I put the sprinkler over here for the longest period I put over here in a long time. And I can honestly see, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous on this section right now because it's gotten the water that it needs. And say it's just, and the way the sun's hitting it right now, it just looks really good. The bank continues to fill in. We're looking drier over here on this side, like right here. See this shot, I hope it shows up. It's a little more, you can see the stripes, but it's not a vibrant, happy green. It's a more dry, needs water green right here. Of course, we got Mr. Tree, so it could be absorbing some of those nutrients and stilling it from the grass. And again, as you guys saw, we did some repair work up here by the mailbox. I got to move my truck here as well. But this is coming along. It's a work in progress. Same thing with the bank. It's starting to fill in. Get my shadow out of the way. You can see it's really starting to fill in some of those spots. The baby grass, as we continue to mow as much as we can until it stops, really filling in, really turning a page to steal from somebody's political campaign. We're turning the page from summer into just fescue loves the coolness, and it's cool season grass. It makes sense, right? But it really just transforms the way God intended it to. And so you just have to, I have to continue to tell myself, because I don't go back and watch my videos like I should, but that we just got to give time for the fescue to do what it's naturally going to do, and that's to wait for the cool down of the dirt, wait for the cool down of the air, and it's going to just perk up naturally on its own because that's what it's created to do. So we are looking absolutely fantastic. So thank you if you made it this far in the video. Give me a thumbs up. I want you to type in the comments, subscribe, so we can get to 10,000 subscribers. That's a lot, but if you type it, I'll know what you mean. Thank you for those that continue to support us here. Awesome looking here. I hope you're getting rain where you are. We'll see you next time.